What's up, YouTube? It's Jackal Gold Kick. Probably fitting for a video like this, maybe Mountain Dew. So I want to talk about another addiction that I have that I think that I've come to terms with. I'm going to talk to my therapist and doctor about it, and that is food addiction. So when it comes to food addiction, I do think I have it. I think it's something I've been in denial about for a while, to be honest. Mm, Mountain Dew. But yes, I do think I have food addiction, to be honest with you. Because my whole life, when I look at pictures of me when I was younger, I've always been fat. I did lose some weight earlier this year around April, but I've plateaued, and I think a lot of that has to do with my relationship with food. I've just never had the best relationship with food. Some ways I've done some research today, and I think I finally come to grips with me having a food addiction, but some examples I'll give. Number one, when I eat food, I have a hard time eating it slow. I eat it very fast. I think it's something that is like a coping mechanism where I eat to deal with something or boredom. And there's times I'll make excuses for eating. Like sometimes if we got some cereal, like the original version of chocolate frosted flakes or cocoa pebbles or whatever it is, I'm like, I can't fall asleep yet. Even though I ate, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm hungry. So maybe if I eat some cereal, then I'll be able to go to bed. That's an example of an excuse to eat food. Or like I could, like, okay, sometimes, like if I have Nutty Buddies, I will, like, I plan to have a bowl of cereal to fill me up for a little bit, but I'll have a Nutty Buddy before that, even though sweets do not fill you up. And, like I said, my whole life I've always been fat. And I think a huge part of that is having a food addiction. Because there'll be days where I'll be doing good. I'll be able to, not eat a whole lot and watch the calorie intake. But then there's days where it's just out of control. And it's really hard, to be honest. It's like I already got one addiction. Now I pretty much have two, it seems like. It's a real problem, to be honest with you. And it's like, for instance, if I have two sandwiches or just one sandwich, I should only just eat that because that's actually filling. But I'll have chips with it. Or like before I'm making something. I remember one time I was making one of those Jimmy Dean like breakfast sandwiches in the microwave. And while I was cooking, because sometimes what happens is this could be another excuse, but when I get shaky hungry, I'll eat like fucking crazy. I was making it in the microwave and a Popeye, and I was sitting there eating tortilla chips, dipping them in that cheese, and I was eating some Cool Ranch chips and or some other kind of chips. And I think in general, food is something else that I do use to cope with things in life. Maybe another thing that could have added to this was I remember being at the trailer in like 2017, and I didn't get food till way later in the day because I didn't really know how to make stuff. There was never groceries at my place. When I was staying with my dad, he just only really got fast food. That wasn't healthy for me, but fucking love fast food. And even going back to McDonald's, I always went overboard for McDonald's. Like in the past, a lot of times at McDonald's, I would have 20 chicken nuggets with sweet and sour sauce, a large fry, and a Coke. Not just something smaller for McDonald's, even though McDonald's is healthy, but I would go crazy, you know? Or even like soda, like drinking this, 170 calories. This stuff is like liquid bread, basically. And it's like one of the reasons and things that I do to eat a lot of like sweet food and things that, because, oh, it tastes good. It tastes good. Oh, I love having a Nutty Buddy. It tastes good. Even though Nutty Buddy's like 320 calories. And the problem for me is that I have goals. I'd like to lose all the fat I have, especially the love handles. I'd like to build muscle. But what's getting in the way of those things is my relationship with food. So I'm gonna talk to my doctor and my therapist about it, see what I can figure out, because I do think it's a legit problem I have. I did some research and I I do think I have it, and it's something that I didn't really admit to till now. You know, so yeah, I mean, it's a tough one because food is what we have to eat. It's not like alcohol where you can just quit and you ever got to drink it again. It's like we have to eat food basically. So it's like I don't know exactly how this is going to work, but yeah, I've always had a bad relationship with food, to be honest with you. Instead of just eating food, like eating when you're hungry, eating something filling, or controlling the portions. My portions are always out of control a lot of times, and I'll eat things that aren't filling because they taste good or it's to cope with something. Like a few days ago, I was stressed about certain things. I ate some M&M chocolate chip cookies, which are really good, to deal with something. And man, it's just that feeling of, that the dopamine of it and what it tastes like. So, yeah, just a video I wanted to make to, I guess, come to grips with another thing that I struggle with. You know, I mean, can you really live a life without vices? Probably not. It's not realistic. But there's certain things in mine that I think are more healthy than others. Like video games, I would never consider an addiction or something that's detrimental for me because I can go without playing video games and be fine. Same thing with music. I wouldn't consider that a bad thing. Maybe those are positive vices. Video games, music, movies, positive vices. But and this addiction sometimes will go hand in hand with porn. Like if I binge or relapse on porn, then I'm eating like crazy because I have this mindset of like fuck it. I mean, I did this. I might as well just eat a whole bunch of crazy shit. So and that's one more thing I'll mention is the portions. A lot of times were horrible, especially in the past with the food addiction. Like I would be making one of those tostinas, whatever you call it, party pizza in the oven while it's cooking. I'm eating some chips. I'm having some Swiss rolls. So I'm snacking while I'm making a big meal. So, yeah. Hopefully, I can find a solution to this or get some help from specialists and figure something out. But yeah, that's all I really got to say in this video about the subject of food addiction. Check out my gaming channel, Jackal Games, in the description below. Check out JGK Records for obscure music, and there's merch in the description. But that's it for this video. Peace out.